What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? I am headed out to the store. I'm headed out, guys, and Starfield. Was having a good time playing Starfield last night, guys. I really was. As soon as I switched to exploration only and stopped focusing on the problems, I had a good time. So for exploring, I do enjoy it at this point, but to get to this point, I think has been a bit taxing. We were crying about the field of view slider the moment it came out, and we were crying. We were. But, I mean, these are basic things, So anyway, I apologize. I got to get the bright sunglasses for you guys today. I myself prefer the aviators as well. I really do. But, alas, I have the slightest clue where they are. So today we have the purple sunglasses, and I hope that's acceptable to you guys today, because like I said, I have no idea what happened to the aviators. But anyway, let's get on to channel updates, and let's talk about just a couple of things to as far as like anyone new to the channel and things like that. So for those of you who don't know, and just really quickly, briefly, let me just say, yes, I was a martial arts instructor. I still am technically. I just not really teaching anybody right at this second. It's sort of heading into the cold season, and I do more private teaching outdoors with students these days. Yes, I did own a school. It was for Kung Fu. I did teach for a very long time. I have been doing martial arts since I was 9 years old. I'm in my late 30s now. I know that probably I don't look like it, but I am in my late 30s now, and I've been doing martial arts since I was 9 years old. So, just so you guys know, this is something I'm absolutely 100% confident with. I don't need any type of confirmation or anything like that. The reason I started to make martial arts shorts is because I discovered that there was a demographic for it. I just didn't realize it was there. So, yeah, obviously, if I realize that there's a demographic for it, I'm going to do that. I tried to do martial arts videos a long time ago when I actually owned a school. I started to try to do that to promote the school, and it didn't really do much. The algorithms were different, I suppose. I don't know, but I guess shorts work differently with these algorithms, and this works well for that. So I'm going to kind of try to condense that knowledge as much as possible into just really short clips where I might just really quickly explain this is how you do something, and then I'm going to slow it down. Most of the time, I'm not going to demonstrate how to do something full speed or like something like that. I really don't have any reason to do that unless I'm just showing you demonstration. So that's why I did a couple of where I was like, this is a demonstration. Maybe here's how it looks on an actual target or a bag, instead of me just showing you how to do this. It's up to you to eventually work on that training to get the speed and the power up. You're just seeing me do that stuff. If you guys want to see that stuff, just go back and look at the old content. I got plenty of it. You guys can see me do martial arts full speed and just shadow boxing and stuff like that. I am working on, trying to get with a friend of mine who just keeps dodging all of my calls. Not really sure why. I'd love to get with him and make some videos so I can show you guys some real self-defense and real martial arts off of, like grabs, punches, all kinds of stuff. But I can't do that properly until I have somebody to do that too. So it's just as simple as having that person. Just realize though, this is martial arts something I'm very confident with, and I don't need any type of confirmation by it. So if anybody typically will come on being negative or anything like that, to me, you're just a troll. And to me, like, basically you're looking for a reason. You're just looking for a reason to find something wrong with the video, because I am very confident with what I do. So like, that's why I know the people who know what they're looking for will find some value out of the instruction and be like, oh, this is great, and then those who are just looking for a way to discredit me will find something wrong with it, will try to anyway. So it's just that obvious. And just be aware that I'm not gonna deal with that. I have no reason to. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. Like I said, I owned a school. I have many students. I've taught thousands of people over the years. I don't need to prove this to anybody. It's really just about me making content that gets views, and then eventually establishing myself in a community of people that understand me and can relate to me. And I think it's important for everybody in my community to know that I'm a martial artist, and that that's what I have done with my life up to this point, basically, aside from hourly jobs here and there. That was like the main thing I did with my life, was I became a martial artist, opened a martial arts school. Well, I didn't open the school. My instructor opened it, and I took ownership of that school eventually. That was the point, was that I was given that title of Sifu at one time. Somebody very skilled who also had that title felt confident enough in my abilities to give me the title of Sifu. So you guys don't really have to worry about getting instruction that's incorrect or anything like that. That's something that I do know very well. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there, just as a forewarning for anybody. If you're wondering, like, oh, well, what the heck did I do, or something like that. It's the sort of thing where if you were negative and immediately you were looking for a reason to discredit me, it's as simple as that. So I just blocked you. That's it. I just blocked you. People act like this is the end of the world. Well, my point is, like, why do they care so much? If they're not trolls, why do they care so much? So what? I blocked them. So, okay, guys. So just realize where I'm coming from with that. That's all there is to it. So moving on to the channel updates. Yes, more martial arts shorts are going to come, but I just don't know. Sometimes the weather acts weird. Like right now, it's starting to rain a little bit. It's 63 degrees right now, but like it's so up and down in Pennsylvania. Like it's hit or miss. So a lot of this depends on weather. We're heading into the cold season, so I'll see what I can do, with that heavy bag and stuff like that. And maybe we can do some drills off that and stuff. I love showing you guys some of that real easy stuff with the sword. We can do more stuff with that. But aside from the martial arts stuff, what I'd love to get into, guys, and what I'm really looking forward to next, the thing that I'm really, really excited about, that I'm actually finally excited about for once, is I don't know why we're sitting here. The light's green. Oh, it's a giant truck. You can't turn. So anyway, yeah, I had to sit through an entire cycle because he had a green light, but I don't think he could turn because I think he has to take it wide. I was like, what am I doing? Like, why is he not moving? Anyway, what I'm most excited about is Metal Gear Solid Masters Collection. We have, and I'm really excited to get back into this because it has been probably since like the original PlayStation that I actually played the original Metal Gear Solid. And we're talking about like probably my favorite game of all time here. Like, I've often said that I think Metal Gear Solid is probably my favorite game of all time. You know, aside from something like World of Warcraft or Diablo 3 or Hearthstone, you know, something like that, where it's obvious that I have a heart for Blizzard, but they've just turned into a huge bowl of shit lately, and I just don't want to deal with that. So, yeah, probably Metal Gear Solid is probably one of my favorite games, not my favorite game of all time, aside from, you know, like the whole PC genre and stuff like that. And then Snake Eater 2 being the third game. And of course, you guys remember Snake Eater was actually a prequel, so it's going to be just cool to go back and revisit all that stuff, and talk with you guys about that story and all of that. I love Solid Snake. He's my favorite version of the character, played by David Hayter. My favorite voice actor for the character. I love David Hayter. And yeah, like in my opinion, yeah, I'd love to see him come back and you know, play the role and stuff like that. I'd love that. I liked Kiefer too, but I would have loved that to have been David Hayter. I really would have. I think a lot of people would have loved that. The reason that they stuck with that when they did Metal Gear Solid 5, that they tried to say that it was because you know, it was Solidus Snake, so they wanted to change his name. Well, no, honestly, the real reason was that they just wanted to go with a big name, and we all know that. I don't think David Hayter was asked. So yeah, and that was right when Hideo parted ways too, with the company and stuff like that. So yes, I'm very torn on the fact that we're making Snake Eater without him, but at the same time, I would love to see where they go with it, as long as, you know, we're respectful to the franchise and we put his name in it, you know, created by, you know, we pay him royalties. Are we doing that? I hope so. If you know, because I think Hideo Kojima, you know, definitely co-created a lot of this stuff and had a lot to do with creating those games. Obviously, you know, you need to include that. You need to put that like right in front of my face when I see the remake. But as far as these originals, I mean, that's going to be all over the place. Yeah, these are just the original games. Just going to say Hideo Kojima, right? It's going to be the original frickin'. I'm going to try so hard to get that stealth camouflage. You guys know I'm going to try so hard to beat this game 8,000 times. 8 times for this? I can't remember. I know, like, I remember it was like for the bandana, right? And isn't that like unlimited ammo? I think one of them is a different item. I don't know if it's a different type of box. I forget. And then you get the stealth camo, I think, on the third one. I think. I don't remember. I need to look those things up so that I can get that fresh in my mind. But there's just a lot of things that I'm really looking forward to. And one of my favorite characters the whole game was Otacon. I loved Otacon. And part of the reason that I loved Otacon was, like, he reminded me so much of, like, my older brother when I played the game at the time. For some reason, I just thought he kind of looked like him. And, like, he was kind of, like, I don't know, just, I always kind of, like, just, he just had that sort of smart guy, nerdy anime character look about him, you know? So, like, that was just why it reminded me of him. So, like, I loved Otacon. Obviously Solid Snake. Who doesn't love Solid Snake? But yeah, definitely probably my favorite game of all time. I'm just gonna say that. Definitely my favorite game of all time. We're gonna go with that for now. Yeah. Because it can change. Yeah, so we're just gonna say it is. And because, like, for a while when I was playing Resident Evil 4, like back on GameCube when that first came out, I was saying that. I was like, this is my favorite game ever. I beat it like 7 or 8 times through just for fun. I mean, part of the reason that happened was because that was one of the only games I had on GameCube, other than like Madden. I think I had. What else did I have? Now, eventually, I got more GameCube games. I got like Smash Brothers and stuff eventually. I actually still have somewhere. I have like a copy of Smash Brothers Melee for GameCube. Somewhere I have that. But I'm really looking forward to this, guys, obviously. Now, Metal Gear Solid 2, the reason I haven't really even mentioned that is because that one wasn't really one of my favorites, but I didn't dislike it. It just, I wish that they would have taken Raiden and put him like just, like Metal Gear Solid Revengeance and stuff. I wish they would have just done it all there and had him more of a side note to 2 and had it more as like your Snake for all of 2 instead of just jumping back and forth. That was sort of my only issue with 2, but other than that, because like it made the story feel really weird and clunky. I didn't really understand what was going on. And in Metal Gear Solid, that was a really convoluted storyline, and I still understood it. Does that make sense? And Snake Eater was really straightforward. That finally explained everything. And then 4 was the end of Solid Snake's storyline. I'm not going to tell you what happens in case you haven't played the game, but that was the end of Solid Snake's storyline. And I would love for them to bring that one back too. Like, I'd love to see that in some form of game that I can actually play it. I haven't been able to play that since PlayStation 4. I'm sorry, 3. PlayStation 3. Yeah, PlayStation 3. Yeah. That I had to think about that. No, 4 is too new. PlayStation 3. Yeah, that's crazy. So, lots of exclusivity here, and I'm just really excited to finally be able to play this stuff on Steam even. But we'll see how it goes. This might be one of the first times where we're finally getting like these I shouldn't say that, because Final Fantasy really did kick that off big time, where they started saying, all right, let's port these to Steam. And I appreciate that. Because some of them are really good ports. They really are. The one for 10 on Steam actually runs pretty good. Yeah, Zodiac Age, the whole remaster and stuff. Actually, like, they pretty much just, it's almost like a remake, but it's really not. It's a remaster. It was great, and it runs awesome on Steam. So like the Final Fantasy games, they did a good job with. So like, yeah, and now that's Square Enix, and not Kojima, but like at the same time, you have two good companies, and it's really hard to go wrong. So I think we'll be okay. We'll just have to see. I am really excited about this, though. Like I said, I'm really excited to get kicked by a guard while disguised as a box. I'm going to be really excited to finally get my stealth camo and just run up behind someone and punch them and have them turn around and go, "What was that?" I'm really excited to get the remote-controlled missile launcher and mess around with remote-controlled missiles as much as possible and just do everything I possibly can in the game. Yep. I just genuinely enjoyed that game. Honestly, it was one of the most linear games that felt open world. If that makes sense, at the time anyway, because you could go back and forth a lot of times. Now, once you would move on, sometimes you couldn't go back. Like something would blow up. So then you can't go back. But like, for the most part, like a lot of times you would just go back and forth, and it didn't feel like backtracking. It felt correct. Yeah, it just felt like you didn't finish what you were doing there. And I loved that. That was a lot of what I loved about Metal Gear Solid originally too. Was not feeling like it was backtracking, just feeling like the environments had purpose, feeling like the stealth had purpose, but then being goofy too. I loved that. And David Hayter fits so well for Snake. I love the voice acting too. The guy that played the general, he was great. Just everybody. Was her name Meryl? I'm trying to think of her name now. I'm hearing Snake say it, and like it just sticks in my mind for some reason. I'm looking forward to Psycho Manus telling me to turn off my console, yelling at me. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Liquid! I'm looking forward to that. I love David Hayter, I really do. And in my opinion, to do this, this remake Snake Eater without him, I think does he want to do it? I think, like, my thing is, like, would he even really want to record the same lines again? Would it seem cheesy? Does he want to do that? I just feel like nobody's asking those questions, and I feel like a lot of people jump to conclusions. I remember when I saw the post for Snake Eater, the remake, we had gotten some images, and like there was this whole article that we went through where somebody was just like making this entire article very obviously to just discredit the entire thing. And all we had so far was just still images. And to be perfectly bluntly honest with you, they looked great. The still images looked great. And people were sitting, like, this whole article was nitpicking about how, oh, not David Hayter this and that and blah, blah, blah. And oh, since they're not even going to record the voice lines, they're just going to use ones from the original. Listen, you don't need to jump to conclusions. Yes, if we're doing a full remake, fine. Ask him. Ask him, and then tell us. I agree. That needs to be said. That needs to be asked. I just feel like nobody's asking these questions. And I'm right there with you guys. I'm the biggest fan of this series. And I just want to know too. But my thing is, I don't necessarily think David Hayter wants to do that. And I think to assume that is wrong. A lot of people change their minds. Yeah, over, like, a lot of people just move on. And I think he did. I also think he thought highly of Kiefer Sutherland. And I also think that he's moved on to other things. You know that David Hayter did other video games too? If you guys ever played Bloodstained, I know Tyler, you like platformers. I haven't seen you for a while, but I know you like platformers. If you ever check out Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, David Hayter does a voice in that game. He's a pretty main character, and he's just doing his Solid Snake voice. It's literally the same voice. So there you go. I mean, like, if you just want to hear that voice again, and you love that voice, and you want to hear David Hayter in a game, just go play Bloodstained. That's what I did. That's a great game too. It is the epitome of what Castlevania Symphony of the Night 2 would look like. And it's got David Hayter's voice. It's got the Solid Snake voice all throughout the game. So yeah, like, if you just want to hear that voice again and you're just itching for it, and you like platformers anyway, go play Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It's on Steam, it's on Switch, it's on all kinds of stuff. It's a great game too. Yeah, it is Symphony of the Night 2. That is what it is. It is Castlevania Symphony of the Night 2. I mean, there's flat out direct references to the other game in it. Like, all throughout. Love that game. Great game. I just, with games like that, I sort of wonder, like, what's the, like, what, with streaming it live, I'd probably play it for, like, an hour and be like, okay, well, like, let's play something else, because this isn't, like, triggering my, like, talking sort of, like, because when I stream, I want to talk, and I want to, like, discuss the game and discuss other stuff. Like, I don't want to just, like, sit there and play the game. For some reason, a lot of times when I play, like, games like that, I'm far too involved in the game mechanics and enjoying the game. I feel like that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's just that. But with games exactly like that, that's the problem. Is, like, it just doesn't trigger that talking sort of bug. So I just move on to something else. Everybody has that niche, where they play a game and it just gets them talking. Believe it or not, that's WoW for me. It's just that community is really disappointing. And they disappoint me a lot. So I feel like I'm just sort of taking a step back a little bit from Blizzard. I love Last Epoch. And for those curious about Last Epoch content, it's not stopping. I was playing last night. No lie. I said I was going to go to sleep. Did I say I was going to go to sleep? My phone died last night. Yeah, like, everything died. I was tired. I got done with the stream and played Last Epoch. Yep, that's what I did. I got done with the stream, got on and played Last Epoch, and let me tell you what, I'm really glad that I did. Yeah, I'm really glad that I did, because after doing that now, there's a couple of things that I figured out. I need to do more of this off stream. Yeah, because there's times where, like, I feel like I'm playing games like that, and I don't give myself enough time to properly think about what I'm doing, and I'm sort of talking about the next thing and trying to move on to the next thing and focusing on the game a lot. And then I don't have enough time to think about builds and possibilities and outcomes. And as I was playing last night, I realized, like, there was just a couple of, just a tiny, just couple little things that I was doing just wrong. Now, with my build, I was doing it very different than I think other people are doing it. And I think that was good. But then I changed it a little bit. And I don't know where along the way I freaking did that. But I started going a different way with it for some reason. And I think I wanted to just try a little bit of the game. But I didn't realize I was taking it too far because I was streaming. And then I got back on last night and I'm like, yep. I went and did Rune Master, started getting way too much into the melee without going then initially back to my core mage abilities too, and realizing that some of that stuff was lacking. I was liking too much of this, too much of that. I was like, oh, let me try this, let me try that. I should make 2 mages. Yeah, that's what I should do. I like mages so much, I should make 2. I should have this one. Yeah, I'm going to have this one. He'll be my main one. And, he'll be probably just mainly Rune Master. I don't know. We'll see. But I really like what I was doing. And I actually got through, I think I've gotten through 8 echoes now. Yeah, 8 of them, I think. So I've started to branch out. I've started to play through them. 55, I think, level 55, something like that. I'm getting up there. I got a level cap. I know that. I'm getting there. Don't worry, it's coming. But that's something I really wanted to reinforce with you guys, that Last Epoch is not a game I plan to put down. It's so good. It's exactly like Diablo 3 except newer, and it's just getting started. I love that. That's what I've been waiting for. Diablo 4 is cool, I guess, but I fundamentally didn't care for it very much. I just didn't have fun playing it. Diablo 2 I loved. And in my opinion, it was a lot of the bad things of Diablo 1 and 3 initially. That's what it was. It was a lot of the bad things of 1 and 3 initially. That's just how I felt about it. And then now it seems like season 2 might actually kind of be fixing things. It almost seems like that. I'm not sure. I just feel like Blizzard gets to a certain point where they release something and it's really not ready, and then the fans complain and complain and complain, and they're like, okay, well, we have to do this now, or we're going to take a hit financially. So they do it, and it works for them, and then people come back to the game, and then they go, okay, next expansion or next season or next thing, we're going to do something for us. We're going to do something for the shareholders. We don't care about what the gamers want. Sort of like every other expansion in Hearthstone's good. So this next expansion, I think, does look pretty decent for Hearthstone. I was actually they did the announcement trailer and everything. Something about the Barons, right? It actually looks pretty good. Yeah, so like that's just it, and I knew that, and I knew Titans looked cheesy. And I was really excited just for the core cards, what they were going to introduce to the game. So now this expansion will fix the last expansion. The last expansion will now look really good moving forward, because now all these things that are going to come in are going to fix everything that they didn't get right in the last one. Blizzard has a habit of doing this, where they release something that is just not very good, so that way they can fix it. It's how they've survived. That's what they're doing. It is a sales tactic. They are intentionally releasing a product that they know isn't very good because you want Blizzard games. So therefore they release it. It's crap. You all complain. And then they're like, well, but this is coming out. Now we're going to rush this out. And everybody's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. If you actually do this, I'll play. People need to stop. Yeah, like, go away. Like leave Blizzard for a while. Like, do you remember when everybody, like Warlords of Draenor came out and it was just trash, right? But then, like, the thing that pushed people over the edge, I think, was when BFA did not live up to expectations for a lot of people. Now, I know a lot of people liked BFA, but there was also, it's very controversial. A lot of people did not live up to expectations, and they left the game. And then in Shadowlands, it was the sort of thing where it was like people were really watching and paying attention, and they didn't even really come back. They really didn't. And then sure enough, the numbers came back a little bit, but then it got really bad again, right? Shadowlands really wasn't that great of an expansion, so then they plummeted. Because you just had this bad expansion after bad expansion. So like they didn't do their normal dynamic there. That's what they thought they were going to do with BFA. That's my point. This is what Blizzard does. That's what they thought they were going to do with BFA. So, like, it was supposed to be in every other thing, and they just... because Legion. You guys remember Legion? Legion was so freaking good. Right. So we'll just... okay, we don't care about the next expansion. Yeah, we don't care. Who cares? That's what they act like. And we'll do it for the shareholders. Yeah, so that we can fix the game. Yeah, we'll slap a bunch of mounts on the store. We'll make sure that people can grind for mounts, because that's what everybody wants. Yeah, exactly. And then Diablo 4, like that was the main thing. Was, all right, well, we put a mount in the game. Everybody's gonna buy this thing. That's what they did. Everybody wants mounts. It's really sad. Really is. I am just looking forward to playing Metal Gear Solid now, because I miss this. I miss games where I can just sit down and smile and enjoy the game. And I don't gotta worry about, is this guy hacking or is he actually an invader? Like, I don't gotta worry about that. I don't gotta worry about, oh, well, I was live, so an update pushed through right as this happened. So it's possible, right as that update went through, my settings were reset like that bug suggests. So right at the point at which that happened, that update did come through that could have reset my settings. Like, like, I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of it, guys. I really am. It's a joke anymore. And so, like, that's why, like, like, even Asmongold, like, when you go onto his Twitch, if you guys watch, does anybody watch Asmongold? If you watch him on his Twitch channel, he requires a phone number authorization to even use his chat. You guys have to understand, this is how serious it is. He goes, they all know, the whales know. That's my point, is once you get to a certain point, it just happens, and then all the problems happen too, like one after another. And I'm sure that's exactly what happened to all them. So they just protected it and locked it down, and that it's as simple as that. So, like, I'm just tired of dealing with it, and like trying to prove that these things happen, to people that don't get it. And I really shouldn't have to. So, like, it's really just comes down to me enjoying games, and that's what I want to do. I want to make content where I'm enjoying games instead of sitting there trying to educate people on, what's happening in the gaming industry anymore, because people don't want to listen. I feel like they think it's a bunch of conspiracy theories or something, but like hacking really has gotten this bad. Yeah, like the fact that we can't even play a single player game anymore. So, yeah, one in 4 people, guys, today. 1 in 4 people. $8.8 billion, right? 8.8, right? Last year, something like that. Stolen from Americans. So anyway, I don't want to deal with it anymore. I just want to enjoy, like, playing Starfield or something, No, seriously, I had a good time playing last night, even, like, with a couple little things I was complaining about. After I stopped complaining, it was just like, well, I'm just going to explore the game. Yeah, I'll just ignore these and just be like, all right, let me just pick a system. And then I kept trying to do that, and then it wouldn't let me even go to the system. So then we got out of that, and then all right, now we're good. We can just walk around. I was enjoying myself just walking around exploring. And I think the exploring aspect's fun. I just, it's incomplete. I'm tired of that happening and being disappointed. Everyone acts like Cyberpunk's so good too, but then the problem is people don't realize Cyberpunk was good before the update. I was telling you guys that. I played it. I was still playing it. I had been playing it. I told you guys that it was good before the even 2.0 update came out. I just decided not to stream it. And then I streamed it right before that 2.0 update came out. And it looked great. And then, yeah, and then all of a sudden, suddenly, right after that, I don't get the views, but a certain someone shows up claiming that he has, like, a world premiere of his one stream. After I streamed it right before the 2.0 update, certain someone shows up with his world premiere, first update, talking about how it used to be versus now and stuff like that. And I gotta tell you, like, just the amount of content that this guy goes around, like, this is what I don't want to involve myself with. This is the point I see these patterns. You have, like, content creators that literally just exist by them going around watching other content creators and going, that's a really good idea. I have more subscribers than him. I'm going to take that idea from him. There's so many people that do that, and it's so messed up. Yeah, and the fact that people don't recognize it either. And so that's just it, is like, we have so many crossover people with this network now that, like, that's exactly what's happening, is like, this dude flat out will literally just steal somebody's content and not give them credit. He'll literally just steal an idea and just be like, "This is world premiere. I had the idea. World. I think it's actually the world premiere. I don't think anybody else is doing this. Blah blah blah." He's just playing with your mind and getting you to think that should be the tell right there. That the fact that he needs to say that. Who does that? Unless it actually is. Unless you were talking about like the day Starfield comes out or something like that. Like, yeah, an actual world premiere. I mean, come on. I don't want to involve myself with this anymore. I see things too easily for what they are, and I have too good a bullshit detector that I understand the way that they are, and then try to like relay it, and it just gets lost in translation. And then the trolls too. The trolls love this too, so they'll try to like spin it their way, obviously. So I just don't want to involve myself with it. I want to make my content, enjoy my games. And if somebody's gonna come on and try to steal my idea, well, whatever. But now you guys know why I don't want to inform you of anything. I don't want to put a schedule. Literally everybody steals your idea. The moment I put a schedule, I promise you, the moment I say I'm going to go home and play this game, I promise you, by the time I get home, somebody else that's watching my channel right now that's a content creator will already be playing that game. Because I know there's certain trends. I watch the trends, and they know I'm smart, so they just watch me and just decide to be lazy. That's what pisses me off. So I just don't want to involve myself with that anymore, because I'm the one that's actually doing the actual due diligence to figure the trends out. Like, that's the job, guys. I know the job and you don't. You're all like, there's so many people out there that literally just watch like content creators that get it, and they're going up and they're not understanding why. I've been doing this for over 3 years. You don't think that I'm going to research this and try to figure out what I'm doing wrong? Yeah, I know how to do this now. Yep, that's the problem, though. That's exactly the problem. All of the trolls have already got it in there. Yep. So therefore, we've already had a lot of issues with people just already deciding how they feel about me and already jumping to those conclusions. And that's the issue. You have this whole community of people that will just jump to conclusions about somebody just because they saw like one video of them being upset about something. Oh, that guy's an asshole. I don't want to watch him, or something like that. But then like there'll be a guy that literally makes rage content, and he's not the asshole. Like this guy has band-aids on his desk. His desk intentionally is built to fall apart. He is literally a joke. He is the epitome of what a joke is. He is literally fooling you. And you don't think you think it's the other way around. You think, so like I don't get that. I don't understand that. People called you a virgin. Yeah, like that's what it is. It's like it's the trolls, man. Like I appreciate the support. Thank you. Like that's just it. Like everybody does this, and most of these people that do this are folks that have spent like 9 years on YouTube and they have like 50 subscribers, or they spent a lot of time on YouTube and they have like 10 alt accounts that are all blocked by people that they've already harassed. The point is, I have this one. Yeah, I don't go around and do this. I just make my content. So that's just it, is like you have a lot of your guys that started networking and they just didn't know how to talk to people and just started to be actually being a certain way. And that's just it, is like these guys are creating the alt accounts and being trolls and they're the ones doing it. It's the people that are jealous because they failed. Remember how I say like jealous, they're just jealous or something like that? That's what I'm talking about. These are the folks that would have that sort of inclination to feel jealous. The people that didn't know how to act, got all loud and proud and started acting like fools on YouTube. The internet put them in their place. Yes, exactly. That I appreciate it. Thank you. And that's my point, is like, I admit to my faults. Yeah, like, I've been wrong. I've yelled about something before and then went, my bad. I shouldn't have gotten this way. I should have just put it down. Like, it's the sort of thing where, like, you put time into something, it can be really frustrating to see it pan out the way it does, and just in your head you're doing the right things, and it comes down to this and this because you've seen it 100 times. I can just choose to give up at any time, and that's exactly right. It just comes down to you not giving up, and you choosing to be that way and not accept your faults. It's like, if I was a perfect person, I mean, great, fine, but then I wouldn't need YouTube, would I? Right, I wouldn't exist either, because there is no such thing. That's the point. Everybody is human. Everybody's going to make mistakes. The moment that you own up to those mistakes and do better, you're a real person to me. Like, you deserve that success. That's the point. You own up to your mistakes. Just like, all right. So, like, for example, I've definitely, there was this one time where, like, I got really ticked playing WoW. I was playing WoW. And, like, because I love, it was actually pretty recently, is like, I was playing Dragonflight, I was playing some quests, and everybody is just so in love with Dragonflight right now. They're just drunk in it, and they're just literally not accepting the fact that some of these quests are really bad. And they're getting really irritated with me because I'm complaining about it on the live stream, and they're coming in seeing me just complaining about quests. But then I go and find this entire long thread on Wowhead of other people complaining about the exact same thing, and I show it on the stream. So this triggers them even more, and they actually go out of their way to harass me and stuff like this, and in streams to follow up that and stuff like that. But regardless, after this stream, as I ended the stream, I felt really bad because I sort of blamed, like, the whales. I sort of blamed them for always talking about, like, the end game stuff and never talking about, the quests, and while that is true, while it is true that part of the issue is that Blizzard doesn't, they're so disconnected from their audience. They only focus on the things that Asmongold and Bellular talk about anymore. So that's the point, is like, that's all they know anymore. So yeah, I do understand that is a reason why it's happening, but I shouldn't have been frustrated at them. I should have been like, freaking Blizzard needs to pay attention. They need to do this right. It's on them at the end of the day. They're the ones disconnected. They're the ones just bowing down and listening to everything these guys say. Well, yeah, obviously, if you listen to everything these guys say, they know what's best for the game. But you also need to fix the quests, too, that I'm complaining about and other people are complaining about. I've submitted tickets that go months without being answered, and then they get answered, and they say, we're sorry, we can't answer your ticket at this time. We're just really busy answering other tickets, and then they never answer it. I just really cannot believe that's the place we are with Blizzard. So I'll even admit I was wrong to sort of be like, well, this is maybe they should get off there. I think I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate you coming in. I said something like, maybe you should get off his high horse once in a while or something like that. I was irritated. I'll admit that, but I can admit that and move on. And I would hope that people would be understanding of that, because I am human too. And that's my point, is that the moment I see somebody that's willing to admit fault and move on, that's a human being to me. That's somebody that isn't trying to be cocky, that isn't trying to just, oh, I'm a narcissist, I'm doing everything for me. No, no, you're somebody that you're just, you're trying to do the best that you can, and I appreciate that. That's what I want to. I want to see people doing the best that they can, and the best that you can isn't literally just, forgetting about what others want too, and that's the point. So, so yeah, I'd love to proceed forward with content that I want to make, instead of always trying to, like, what's new, or something like that. I want to find a niche, and I have been trying to figure that out for a while. And the problem is that I do want something new that I haven't played for the past 20 years of my life. Part of the problem is that now I am sinking a lot of time into these games more than I used to, and I'm starting to discover that I am done with them. Yeah, I want something new. I want to move on from them. And I think Last Epoch actually might do that for me. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I hope. Maybe I'll beat the hell out of the game and then be like, okay, well, what's next? Yeah, maybe I'll pull a crip or something. I doubt it, but we'll see. Diablo 3 is probably something I'll go back to from time to time as well. Whether I'll actually do a seasonal or not, I mean, there's no real seasons to do. So Diablo 3 is something I'll probably just once in a while go back to, just to, I don't know, do it, I guess. It is fun to just grind it out sometimes, just to enjoy that. You get a goblin once in a while. I genuinely wish that we could continue Diablo 3 seasons. Just personally. I never did get my rainbow portrait. I'm really upset about that, because I've had my freaking Staff of Herding for so long. I've had that for years. I've grinded that so many times, and I still have not gotten my rainbow portrait. Never got Sir William at any point in time. Like that dude, he sure is elusive, isn't he? My goodness. My one friend referred to him as the elusive Sir William, and my goodness, is he ever. I remember there was this time where I was grinding out the Staff of Herding to get that, and I thought that was difficult. Whew. Some of these WoW mounts too, man, like, I just get really unlucky. I often wonder if, like, somebody, like, has corrupted, like, my account and I'm just not getting the unlocks, Sort of like with my cloud saves. Kind of like when, you guys remember when I logged into Cyberpunk the one day? And then all I did was log in, and I just got a whole bunch of achievements all at once. They were glitched. Now, that's something, too, that I wanted to put out there, is Cyberpunk. It's not, like, people need to hold that to a higher standard. Cyberpunk was fixed before the 2.0 update. They spent millions of dollars fixing this game. Millions. Right? Yeah. They almost, I think, went bankrupt fixing this game. And they did. That's my point. The 2.0 update added things after they fixed it. Everyone thinks that fixed it. No. And the Phantom Liberty didn't fix it either. All it did was add a bunch of stuff that needs updates. Yeah. So the new DLC, the new expansion, really wasn't as great as everyone's saying it is. Everyone just thinks it is because they think it fixed the game. It didn't. And I am so tired of seeing this article and this article says Phantom Liberty saves Cyberpunk, fixes Cyberpunk, blah, blah, blah. You're a bunch of freaking morons. Yeah, whoever's writing that, you're a moron if you think that. Phantom Liberty? Phantom Liberty. No, the people that worked really hard to fix the game fixed the game. Phantom Liberty with sales may have saved the CD Projekt Red company. Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And now The Witcher 4 is a go, for sure. Yeah. It saved the company. So yeah, The Witcher 4 is a go. Cyberpunk's probably going to keep putting out expansions, but the game was fixed before that update came out. I was playing it. Okay? There are a lot of problems with the expansion. A lot. Low frame rates in Dogtown. Sound glitches in Dogtown. I've been talking about this since it released. You're just constant frame rate drops in Dogtown. Sound glitches. You drive through the main square, there's sound glitches. There's how many times did we drive through Dogtown and we didn't have any wanted level, and then like we're trying to enter or leave the city and randomly just had a wanted level. And then like everybody's just shooting at us all of a sudden, and then we just get stuck there, it closes the doors, and then we die. And it's like glitched like that. And then there's another one that they didn't fix. Yeah, the one with where it was like meet up with Bill, talk to Bill. I still have that glitch. The same glitch that other guy actually wrote a news article about. He wrote an article about it. And the glitch is still in the fucking game. Like, what the fuck? And everybody's like, oh, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, so good. Yeah, it's not. It's not. It freaking sucks. I mean, I guess on a story standpoint, it's good, but it broke the game. The game was running just fine. Phantom Liberty came out. Half the quests I can't do. The fucking Dogtown doesn't work half the time. Yeah, so like, what the hell are you even talking about? Oh, Phantom Liberty's so good. No. Phantom Liberty. That's what everybody's saying. Phantom Liberty. Yeah. No. Fix Phantom Liberty. Please fix it. Please. This is what like bothers me so much, is I see these things and I see people saying these things because like basically they don't actually play the game. They're streamers that sit there and just talk about things and don't play it. Yeah, they'll play it for 4 hours and then be like, well, I played it, it's good, it's so good. Yeah, they played it for 4 hours in one stream. Meanwhile, here I am for 8 hours in one stream, and I do that for multiple streams, guys. You all can see the evidence with me. So it's ridiculous to think that you know, somebody like that is who you should listen to. He's not playing the game. Notice how I said he. Yeah, he's not playing the game. He's lying. He literally just screws off half the time, too. He'll load up a game and just walk around and stare at stuff. Like, okay. Have fun doing that. Like, I get it that he's trying to, like, make it seem like he knows what he's talking about with certain mechanics and stuff, but, like... And he does. But then there's obvious times that he doesn't. And, like, he's so arrogant about it. And that's what bothers me. Is, like, the arrogance. Because, like, people like him are dangerous. They shouldn't just crap all over something. Yeah, don't say something's bad before it comes out. Especially if you haven't played it. Lords of the Fallen. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Lords of the Fallen. Lords of the Fallen, I have played for, what, 14 hours now? And we're at the same point? That game's trash. Yep, it's trash. Anybody that says that it doesn't need scaling is further perpetuating that we need games to be hard in order to be fun. If you need a game to be hard in order to be fun, turn the difficulty up. I'm done with that. Yeah, you don't understand what a game is supposed to be. There's a difference between overcoming obstacles and being rewarded for that, and then the difference then would be with Lords of the Fallen, we go through and everything's manageable and well balanced until that boss, and then the boss is impossible. And we spend 14 hours literally just struggling with a boss. Game's broken. Game's broken. I don't need to say anything else about it. It's obvious. That's it. And then we had the broken class too. We had the Dark Crusader. Yeah, so there's just no question. The crazy thing is I almost I was closer to beating her on that first class I did, the one I knew I was going to be best with. I should have just stuck with my guns and said, yep, I am the best with this class. They need to fix this game, and I shouldn't have wasted the other... I probably wasted a good 8 hours trying to figure out that I wasn't the one... it wasn't just me. And part of that was just not knowing. Part of that was also just trying to, like hearing everybody else saying it was good and stuff. And it's like, that's where I have to hold some of these content creators accountable. I think they're just lying. I think they're full of crap. I think they know full on it's not very good. They literally just won't say it because they know there's a certain fan base that will unsubscribe to them, and they are that type of player. Like the people that play Dark Souls games and stuff. And they'll just like lose subs for saying it. I that's not me. You will always get the brutally honest answer from me. That is who I am, and that's what I want to tell you guys also, is like, be aware that's what you get with me. I'm sort of animated. I realize that I'm a bit dramatic. It's just who I am as a person. I feel that I often misrepresent what I want to say, so I just really try to get the point across, and it oftentimes just comes out, a little bit more animated than just me talking. And I think that's why that happens. So, like, it's just, just like when just like earlier when I was talking about a certain subject. So yeah, it comes down to somebody doing that. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. So that's going to be me. I don't care what anybody says. I will always just be brutally honest with you guys and brutally critical on my review process of things, because that's who I am. I truly give everything a fair chance. That's just it. Is certain other people that call themselves brutally critical then don't give things a fair chance. I do. And that's what I feel like with Lords of the Fallen, where I spent that other 8 hours just playing it and playing it and playing it and playing it. That was me giving it a fair chance. I feel like part of me is torn for doing that, but then part of me is kind of looking back now and thinking, yeah, at the same time, I feel like I would be doubting it if I didn't do that. I feel like part of the reason I did that was because I was thinking to myself, maybe I should give it another chance. Maybe I should give it another chance. Maybe I should try it again. Maybe I should try another character. And I feel like I would be doubting that. So that's just it, is with me, you're always going to get that follow-up where I go, all right, I'll try it. All right. All right, I'll get. And if I don't, truthfully, it means I know definitively this is it. Yeah, and I can't go back on that. So that's why definitively you always get me going back. Just like why I went back to Starfield, you know, when it started working well again. I even said that I would. You know, I don't want to think maybe people to think that I'm not going to play that or anything like that. It's just um it didn't become the main thing because there's so many other things about it that kind of irritate me. So I wouldn't want to make that my main thing. That would just just be irritated the whole time I'm playing. Yeah, so later at night when I'm just like looking for something where I just kind of want to chill, I'm tired, but I still want to like play a game, and you know need something to do. I'll just throw that on and just walk around and survey some moons and explore caves, and it was really fun. Yeah, we space pirated a ship, got some money, sold another one. It was really fun. Yeah, we found some we found like the same cave 4 times. No, really, the scenery is really cool, and the caves actually do sometimes surprise you. Even though you'll find the same one, sometimes they'll surprise you, and it's cool. Metal Gear Solid 4 Master Collection, guys. Plan on it. I have to look it up and see if we're doing midnight or not. I think it is. I gotta be honest, I think it is. So just plan for that with me. As you guys know, I try to get that like as it releases. So with stuff like this, you never know. Yeah, like I don't know if this is considered like one of those titles that's going to be big. I know it will be. But the problem is that I think a lot of people consider like don't think it will be. So just like I'm warning you guys now is when people start watching I think me playing this, they're going to be like, yeah, I want to play this again. I think it's going to be fun, and I think I I'm just going to really remember what it means to enjoy a great game that I enjoyed long ago, you know. It's going to be so much fun. That's really what it's going to be, the nostalgia. Just remembering all the years spent playing it, you know. Here's what I'm worried about. Controller support. Yeah. Now that's tricky because you know this is the first time this is a PlayStation thing. So I don't know, this can be tricky. Yeah, I will be doing Xbox controller as normal, but this could be tricky. I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll see. I might be able to hook up my my PS4 controller if it doesn't, but I'm hoping that the Xbox controller works. If the Xbox controller doesn't work, I don't know. Maybe I should use my PlayStation controller. I'm just like thinking about this. Maybe I should just use a PlayStation controller. I think my connector will work with it. Yeah, I just never really had a reason to because my Xbox controllers work just fine, you know. You know what? This might be the one time where I go, you know what? Let's try a PlayStation controller. With Final Fantasy games, a lot of times I prefer the PlayStation controller to And now that I never did that before because, I actually, I had issues with the Bluetooth, but now I have a connector. Might actually work now. It's just like I had issues before, guys. That was why, like, it's not like I didn't want to use my PlayStation controllers, right? I actually like the PlayStation controller. I just, I had issues. It's a compatibility. Microsoft doesn't want you to use that with Windows. Of course not. They want you to use theirs, So that's why, of course, there's going to be issues. They don't want it. Yeah, they want you to be playing Final Fantasy Windows Edition, and then they want their little Xbox buttons to show up on the screen. That's what they want. They want that. Yeah. I do like PlayStation controllers, though. I grew up on them. I mean, like I said, I had that pile of controllers that I smashed specifically to that scene, the torture scene in Metal Gear Solid 1, where he's on the chair getting shocked. Specifically that part. Yeah. Because like, I just kept failing it and it kept like killing me. And it just like repeats, like you're just stuck there. That's why it was like so frustrating because you just be stuck there. Yep. And then like I said, I had my brother's friend beat it and he did the first try. Yep. That was great. That was great. It taught me a lot. It did. It taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about getting good is what it taught me. And that's just the thing. I learned that very early, guys. That's why like that whole phrasing and stuff to me is just so hilarious because like to a guy like me that's actually spent time doing that, it's just kind of funny. Cuz it's like, wasn't that what you do? Like don't you just get better before jumping to conclusions? Do people not do this? You know? So like I guess that's where I was always coming from. Like I guess I didn't understand that people really do just expect to win, right? Expect not to die. It's just like when I play an online game, I usually say something like, I don't know if you know this or not, but if you play a game against other people, you have the chance to die. And that's really triggering to people, apparently. Because, man, that made some people mad when I was playing. Because I'm pretty good at Cold War and like Call of Duty games and stuff. And I used to make people really mad when I would like say that. Yeah, I would they would of course accuse me and stuff. Like anytime you're really good, people accuse you of stream sniping and stuff. And I was literally sitting there on the stream just playing the game. And anyway, yeah, like I just kept killing this guy because he kept camping, and it was literally just as simple as literally seeing him crouching in the same spot across the map. So I just kept shooting him. And he's like, I'm effing stream sniper. Blah, 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 blah. Like he had like deep voice and stuff like that. And I was like, I first laughed, and then I was like, I don't know if you know this or not, but when you play online with other people, you do have the chance to lose and die. Just so you know. And this, like, he got so mad. He was like just yelling over the mic, and then I didn't hear him anymore. The match ended. Because that's why he was yelling. He was like, because I won the match. But I didn't win it by very much. I only won it because his stupid ass was crouching in the corner across the map, and I could literally see him as I spawned. Yeah, like he just picked which map. So, you know I think it's supposed to take place in China. It's like a snowy kind of map. They have it on Cold War. There's a spot where like if you're up on top of the one building, you can see like really far back to the other side. And all he was doing was as soon as he was starting, he was like going down the hill a little bit and crouching in this corner, trying to wait for people to come out the door. And it was like some of the laziest crap I've ever seen. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to go out the door or come out around the other way because he's just going to shoot me immediately because he's crouched and he has a hill for coverage. So he knows what he's doing. Okay. Well, when I spawn, I can literally just go on top of the building and see him. So I just kept shooting him. And he just assumed he was like, buh, 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 buh. It's like, dude, just learn the maps. Yeah, like literally just learn the maps. So because I was playing this every day, like all the time, I was learning the maps, getting good, and that's what people think. You know, in Cold War, there's actually guns that you can one hit somebody with in the body. Yeah, like there's guns like that. It's pretty crazy. And I initially jumped to conclusions as well when I first saw that. But then I did my research and realized there are guns like that in Cold War. And oh man, some people are really good with them. I'm really not that great. Like, I'm okay. Like, when I was playing regularly, that was when I was getting really good at that game. Yeah, when I was streaming that like regularly, that was when I was good at it. You know, ever since I found that about hackers and stuff being heavy in Call of Duty, I really just don't want to stream it anymore. Yeah, I'm just not dealing with that anymore. Because it was the sort of thing where like, so like the last time I streamed Call of Duty, the moment I'm sorry, it wasn't Call of Duty. I'm sorry, it was CS:GO. Yeah. This made me decide I don't want to stream competitive shooters anymore unless I have a controlled environment. The moment I entered the match, the very moment I entered the match, this dude literally just started saying the N-word over and over and over and over and would not stop. He relentlessly said it until I unfortunately just had to leave the match. You know, because like I'm not going to sit there and listen to that. And of course, I couldn't mute him. Yeah, like he was running some hack that I couldn't mute him. Yep. You know, because you can just hit F. I think it's F, right? To mute somebody or something like that. It's something like that. Just like right on the main screen when the match starts. So yeah, he was running a hack, so I couldn't mute him. So he was stream sniping and running a hack because he wanted to say the N-word over my stream. That's why I don't stream competitive. Like, I'll play a shooter. A lot of times I'll plan it out with somebody or just play it by myself. Now going into shooters, talking about shooters, we got to work on our freelancer mastery. I still plan to get back into that, but with Metal Gear Solid and just like all this stuff coming out, I just try to plan around that. We will keep working on the mastery. I am excited. I haven't spoiled any of that for myself. I'm gonna genuinely be surprised when I unlock it. And what else? Yeah, now we do. All right, so we're I promise you guys, I promise, Serious Sam is happening. I know you guys have been waiting for that. I've been saying it. I promise it's happening. I know I didn't care. So I'll be honest with you, I really didn't care for the level design about halfway through the game on that second encounter. So first encounter, it's like 10 out of 10. That thing's like, solid. That's a solid, like that. You want to know how to make a game, like I don't know, maybe like 9.5. I don't know, like if I'm really nitpicky, that's a 10 for me. Like I didn't even realize I had played through the whole thing. I started playing it on stream. Before I knew it, I was at the end boss and beat the game. That's what happened. We just played through the whole thing. It was that good. And I'm like, how old is this? It turned out to be 22 years old. Yeah. And it looked good. It played good. Genuinely fun, hilarious at times. Loved it. And I kept talking about it. And I'm still talking about it. And it's driving me to play the other ones. That first one is driving me to play the other. That's a 10 out of 10. That's where you get a 10. So that first one was a 10, absolutely, 100%. The next one, not so much, maybe more like a 7. Yeah, I'd give that more a 7. Just because the level design really bogged down the whole game and really screwed up the pacing. Plus the autosave didn't really work very well. Yeah, the first one, the autosave worked better. The second one, we actually did have an issue with the autosave. Remember, it wasn't even really working. Really weird. You had to actually like physically do the F6 save. Anyway, we will get to it. Serious Sam 3 and 4, no worries. That's coming. I promise you guys, there'll just be a day where I just show up and we play Serious Sam 3. We're gonna do it. And then we're gonna do 4. We did play Siberian Mayhem. If anybody's curious about Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem, it is a complete dumpster fire of a performance disaster. Yep, that's what it is. It is a complete dumpster fire of performance disaster. They ported the crap out of that. And then slapped Vulkan coding on it to make you think that it would work. I do not understand how you messed that up so bad. The game is literally just crashing so much. Yeah, so like we get to a certain point and it just crashes. So I'm not gonna play a game that just crashes. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to know where, you know, like where I was coming from with that. Sure, some of you probably saw the thumbnail, you know, might not finish this one. That's all. You know, I got to a certain point and we had already lost our autosave, and then for like the third or fourth time I got sort of stuck on that really weird wide hallway with all the enemies, and like it was pretty cool. I liked the concept, but it was really poor execution when they distributed the health the way they did, so that way I'd get stuck in like a death loop basically. So that's what happened. We got sort of stuck in a death loop and it messed things up. I just feel like that's level design. I feel like just they didn't think that one through fully. They tried to maybe rush it out because the first one was so successful. And truthfully, I think that's probably what happened. I do think it was decent, but not, you know, great. Like I said, I think it was rushed out because of the success of the first one. The first one did do really well. Serious Sam 3, I think the idea was that, if I remember correctly, when this came out, this sort of saved the franchise, I think. Because I think the idea was that a lot of people didn't like it, but the people who liked Serious Sam liked it. Does that make sense? I think that was how it was received. I'm not 100%. I'll give you guys my take when we play it. And then Serious Sam 4 absolutely saved it. I think completely saved it. I think 4 was just so good. Everybody's like, this is it. This is the one that's like Doom. Yeah. Because that graduated it to more of a darker, gritty look, I think, instead of a cartoony look. Does that make sense? and that gives you more the Doom vibes than the Duke Nukem vibes. That's why I always say, when people say it gives me Doom vibes, I always say Duke Nukem, because yeah, while the game level design is similar to Doom, those earlier ones were far more Duke Nukem, just because of the cartoon graphics and stuff, and just very obviously the whole thing was just to parody Duke Nukem. That game is a parody of Duke Nukem. That's what it is. Um, I mean, dude, the guy's name is Serious Sam, and he's like super serious all the time, right? Well, just like Duke Nukem has his hilarious one-liners all throughout the game, and the entire level design is based on hilarity and you finding toilets and just toilet humor and gross stuff, and so like things like that, and so obviously Serious Sam, they just really wanted you to have that humor too. They wanted that in the game. That was really successful. That really made Duke Nukem what it was. People loved that. But Duke Nukem was actually just a really, really well-made game. At least that Atomic Edition, that Duke Nukem 3D Atomic Edition, that was just solid. That I would love for it to come back in some sort of format, like just, I would love that. Because that, I think, was the game I spent the most time playing when I was younger. That was what I, like aside from, like, all the other stuff. Because, like I said, I used to make levels. I was a kid making maps, designing maps on a grid for that. Like, that game was the one game I actually did coding for. Yeah, like that was like, I didn't do it for anything else. That game, though, that game motivated me to learn it. Isn't that crazy? That's how good that game was. And nobody even cares. Nobody talks about it. And then Duke Nukem Forever ended up just being kind of bad. Yeah. Just at least on the campaign side of things, I think, anyway. I think, like, generally speaking, it was well received with a certain audience, but I think just overall it did not live up to expectations, and I felt that it didn't. I think that people were just really excited to finally get another Duke Nukem game, and just wanted to be excited about it. I think we need another remake completely. Yep. I think Duke Nukem needs to come back in a complete revamp, remake, full Atomic Edition. I think people would love it. Disgusting humor and all. Yeah, Duke Nukem rips your head off and shits down your neck. Yep. That's one of his lines. So, like, we need that. Yeah, that was some. You could literally cycle his one-liners. You can just hit buttons and cycle his one-liners. Come on. I missed that. Yeah. So, Metal Gear Solid's coming. We got to get to that. Should I get food? I'm hungry. How much cash do we have? You guys want to go to the drive-thru? I need to go to the store, but I have enough cash. I can probably get something from the drive-thru. We should get food. I've actually been sitting in Walmart's parking lot talking to you guys for about an hour now. If you ever need a place to go, like it's like, obviously, like if you have a car, like, and you just need a place to go to talk on your phone or something like that, always pick, like a 24-hour establishment. That's the best place to do that. You don't really want to be sitting somewhere where you're not going to use that business for the business. But like places that are 24 hours and stuff like that, it's sort of like, well, at any time I could decide that I need to, this or that. And that's what you want to do. You want to find a 24-hour place, because you don't, like, let's say they close or something. You don't want to be sitting there after they're closed, just kind of sitting there, right? Yeah, it doesn't look too good. I just wish Walmart would go back to 24. It's still, they close at 11 p.m. around here still because of COVID. And we've been off lockdown for like, what, over a year, I think. We came off lockdown forever ago. Yeah, like our state really wasn't too bad with that. But like all these, like Walmart is still not off of 24 hours. I'm sorry, Walmart's still not back on 24 hours. They need to be. What do I want?
Oh, welcome to Arby's when you're ready.
Oh yeah, can I get a chicken bacon Swiss, just the sandwich?
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Would you like to donate $1 to the No Pickle Hungry Foundation today?
No thanks.
Alright, so it's going to be $6.99. We'll put the window.
Thank you. If I had money to donate, I would donate it. I have the $10 that's in my wallet. They say 7 something, right? I'm hungry, guys. I didn't eat really much of anything yet. I got my Starfield Rockstar here. I should probably get like another drink of this. Oh well. Try my camera.
Oh, $6.99? $6.99. Give me
My bad. Thought it was 7. Pretty sure you did.
okay. Any sauces today?
No thanks.
There you are.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah, well, and that's the age-old thing too, right? Everybody in the drive-thru is 100% sure they know what they said. In reality, this person knows exactly what I said, probably better than I do. He's listening. Yeah, most people that have like a headset on that are listening to you, they heard what you said better than you did. That's the reality. Is he was probably right. I probably just added dollars thinking it was going to be that much. I worked a drive-through too many years to understand that even I was doing that. Yeah, like I was so often that people would tell me the wrong thing, and then claim they ordered it this way. So it was most people that claim they ordered something wrong. They didn't. They said it wrong. Most people. And most people are like that because they normally come in and order it that way. But then they, like, maybe this time they forgot, and so therefore all the other times they're so used to it, they thought they did, but really they actually forgot this time, and are remembering all the other times they said it instead of this time. It's a lot of people. And they'll come in and scream at you, and I said no pickles. Like, dude, we make these things rapid fire. Like, you said no pickles. I would have loved to put no pickles on. I'd love to put less things on this for you. So this looks all right, I guess. So this is what it looks like. We got chicken, tomato. So yeah, it's a chicken bacon Swiss. So yeah, it's chicken with lettuce, tomato, and Swiss cheese and bacon, and it's like that deep fried crispy chicken. This is a brooch style bun. It actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, the bun's pretty fresh. The cheese isn't terrible. So, I do like these sandwiches, but too much sauce. I don't know, there's all this sauce on the wrapper, but not like it came out of the sandwich basically onto the wrapper instead. Oh man. Yeah, there's all this honey mustard like all over the bun. It's okay, but I wish there wasn't so much sauce all over it. Yeah, like it's like just getting on my hands and stuff. So I know we'll probably play through the first one first. Well, the first Metal Gear Solid. Now, as far as you give me one napkin. As far as the other games are concerned, we are getting so with that, we actually do get the first two games. Now the first two games were actually on Nintendo. They're like so old, they're on Nintendo. And they're called Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Snake Revenge, I think is what it's called. And so basically Metal Gear Solid is like that real first like 3D, game where it wasn't like cheesy, if that makes sense. I don't know, that was like the real one. That was like the real one. The other ones were sort of more arcade style. It was kind of top down, not really. It just looked top down. It's the sort of thing where it's just two-dimensional. but you look at it on the screen, it kind of is made to look three-dimensional, if that makes sense. I actually do think the first game was not good. I do think that first game was just really, really basic. At the time it came out, I can imagine it being a really fun game, I think. But at those times, games were very basic. That's what I feel like. I feel like the games, as they came out, were always ahead of their time, except for that first one. I think that first one really did hit the nail on the head, though, to get the ball rolling. The second one really did stay ahead, though. I think really was ahead of the curve with establishing those sceneries that looked that way, because a lot of games at the time were just doing what Contra wanted to do, where it was just a side scroller where you moved up the screen and just all this stuff was happening. And the second Metal Gear sort of did that, but also added environments that looked, three-dimensional. And I think that really, helped it stay ahead of the curve. And then Metal Gear Solid, honestly, that was the first game I think anybody played that was espionage. Like, most people, that was their first one. And then they played Siphon Filter. Yeah, like Siphon Filter came like right after. So like this was like that first game that people played that was like stealth, espionage. You got to sneak. You can't just. And it was hard, and a lot of people didn't understand it. It was cool. Story was good. Characters were good, and often, at the time was considered, the best game. Pretty much everybody had it. It was on 2 discs. It was actually a big enough game. You had to switch discs. Yeah, that was like, I think the first time they did that too. I'm not 100%. I just know that I remember, obviously, then after that, Final Fantasy VII coming out and being on 3 discs, and then Final Fantasy VIII being on 4. But Metal Gear Solid itself was on 2. I remember after you got past the hangar and you beat, I don't remember who the boss was. I just remember he had a tank, and then it was a snowy field with mines. And once you beat him and got past there, but once you beat him and got past there, it was like, switch to disc 2. And then you could move on. The fact that I remember that, jeez. Things you remember, right? That was probably my most played game, one of my most played games on PlayStation. That one, Gran Turismo, and Gran Turismo 2. Yeah. I had a 97 Nissan Skyline that had 987 horsepower. I was really happy about that, because at the time it was like unheard of. You couldn't do that, and I was really turning some heads with that. People were really like, "Wow, Skylines, really? Wow!" And then I think a lot of people started becoming obsessed with them, and then slowly but surely it turned into the GTR. And the GTR was, thus the GTR was born, the street legal version of the Skyline, right? The American legal version of the Skyline. That was why they did it. The Skylines were not street legal in America, and that's how you get. At the time, that was how you got noticed in the market. The 90s were big, obviously, for America, so getting noticed in the market just meant basically getting it inspected street legal for the United States. So they made the GTR. And the rest is history. The GTR is still, to this day, I mean, one of those faster cars on the road for sure. I mean, that's still going to compete with literally anything. Literally anything. I mean, the Tesla, obviously, all right, fine. You know, off the line, those electric cars, you really can't beat them. But top speed, still, a lot of times, the electric cars don't hold up against a gigantic V8. Still. I'm gonna get a drink. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink. This sandwich sucks. I like Arby's, but I guess I just I do expect a high standard. I really do. It is as simple as that. I do expect a high standard. I don't like crunchy bacon that gets in between my teeth. I don't want like little bits sticking there. It's gotta be pliable, you know. Most of that bacon that you get in a fast food place is sitting out on a tray, just sitting out in the open on a tray, and then they just grab it and slap it on the top. Most bacon, yeah. Your bacon that is on your sandwiches that you guys order just sits out. Just so you know. And that's what's hitting my stomach right now. That's not agreeing with me. It's the bacon, for sure. Yeah, it's not the chicken. There's nothing wrong with the chicken. That's the bacon. It's because it's sat there in a pool of grease. So I need to get a drink. Yeah. And not. We're gonna have to counteract this. It's all about chemistry, guys. It's all about chemistry. A lot of times with your body, you can sort of get yourself to, like, honestly, as long as you're healthy, a lot of times, like, let's say you ate something that didn't agree with you. Believe it or not, a lot of times this is mindset. This is like the body thinks there's sort of something in there. It doesn't really understand it, just wants to get rid of it. And a lot of times we end up having more violent a response than we need to because we believe we're sick. Does that make sense? A lot of people, a lot of times will feel a pain or feel something in their stomach, like, oh, I'm getting sick, or I feel this way. And then thus they actually start to feel that way because they've tricked themselves into it. It's called a psychosomatic response. Some people actually have this issue with other things. If you would see it to the extreme, it would be like if somebody, let's say like you met like one of those war veterans that lost a limb. Somebody that experienced psychosomatic pain to the extreme would be somebody that still somehow feels pain in their limb that's no longer attached to their body. They don't. They literally don't. There's nothing. There's no some like mystical thing where you feel. No, this is a psychosomatic response your body has to the fact that you have not gotten over losing your limb. So therefore, every single time you would have normally felt the pain, your brain, you know, like actually makes you feel it, and thinking that you still feel it, but really your arm isn't there. That's called psychosomatic response. That would be someone to the extreme. I saw there was a really cool episode of House one time where they is like that exact example basically, and I thought it was kind of dramatic and ridiculous how House ended up curing it. But believe it or not, when you look it up, that's a theoretically proven way of actually doing what he did. So I think that was actually pretty cool how they did that. I liked that episode because basically it was like doctor scientists writing their theories into an episode and then making it come to life. And I actually think that stuff's cool. But basically the way they did it was they had so if you guys know House, I love House. Hugh Laurie, he's brilliant. And what's his name? Wish I could. I feel really bad that I can't think of his name. I'm so sorry that I can't think of his name. He's a good actor. He's been in quite a few things, and not just House, but he played Wilson. Excellent actor. But anyway, this is how they did it. So basically, House is sort of known to not deal with issues very well. He just doesn't put up with people's BS, and they typically he's just one of those guys. He's such a genius. He'll typically just figure out a solution to a problem to make somebody kind of look foolish for having, you know, given him a problem. Does that make sense? So he's sort of that type of genius. So yeah, you can't help but not love him because he puts people in their place a lot of times. It's pretty funny. It's a good show. But so yeah, he's a genius doctor that figures out problems that other people can't figure out if you don't know the show. But anyway, Wilson, his best friend, is living in this apartment building with this guy he can't freaking stand. And well, actually it's because Wilson had to leave because of House, so now he's living with them, but now there's this guy living there that they both can't stand, and he's giving Wilson problems. So this guy is just miserable, and the only reason he's miserable is because he's missing that limb. Yeah, basically he has like all this pain and stuff, but it's not even there, so why does he have the pain, you know? And meanwhile, House is looking at this guy like, well, House does actually deal with pain in a limb that he wishes was off. So he gets it like it's the other way around for him. So like that's the point, is like he sees this as like there's no way, because I know what real pain is. So so he with that contrast and comparison, I think that's the idea, is his character immediately understands how to cure this guy. So he figures out his own clever House way of doing it, and theoretically, yeah, this is a proven theory. So what he does is I forget exactly how, but he stages this thing where he pretends to kidnap the guy. And like obviously you can't do that, like nobody could actually do that and get away with it, but he stages this thing where he kidnaps the guy, because the guy, listen, this guy, like the moment somebody's like getting up to do something, he's like hitting the floor, getting mad and stuff like that. So it's one of those people. So House kidnaps him, ties him up, puts his hands out in front of him, and like I guess he's missing, it's the hand that he's missing. So then what he does is he does a test where like he's like standing there and he's like, you know, you're not in pain, it's all in your head, blah blah blah. He's just trying to convince him of it. And he has he puts his arms out in front of him and just like keeps him there. And then he stages this thing where he pretends, I think this is how he does it. He pretends to cut off his other hand. And believe it or not, if you truly believe that your hand is going to be cut off, It's like it's like having a dream. Have you ever like had a dream where you get shot or something really bad happened to you? You will feel the pain for a split second correctly and then wake up. Your brain does that. It knows what it feels like. It simulates that. Pain is literally simulated by your brain. That's what it is. It's impulses connected to the brain. It's just communicating with the nerve endings. So therefore, the moment he did that, the guy felt the pain. So that's what he did. He was like screaming, blah, blah, blah. And then House removed the thing showing him that he never did it. And like that was the whole point, was the whole point was to show him like that, like it was all in his head. And the whole point was that like it instantly cured him. I think it would be more like he has to come to terms with it. Like, yeah, I guess it is in my head, isn't it? And I think it would be a battle. I think it would be a few week process where he has to accept it and move forward. I don't think it would be instant. But that was cool. It was cool. I don't know that that was how he did it. I feel like maybe I'm missing some details and messing that up a little bit. But it's a cool concept. And this is basically, you know, the difference between real and psychosomatic pain. Why did we even get on that? I don't even remember now. Oh yeah, that's right. We're talking about bacon. So so basically, a lot of times when you drink something and people jump to conclusions, oh, I'm getting sick, and they convince themselves they're in pain, so they start to feel sick. Really, all it comes down to is like something else is going on with your body that wasn't great to begin with. So already you probably weren't the healthiest. Drink some water, maybe eat a piece of fruit. Yeah, so what I'm probably gonna do is go in there and try to like maybe find something with electrolytes in it, fruit juice, something that to actually give me vitamins instead of just consuming something like this that like my body has to struggle to process it. So it just did that with the bacon. It just did that with this. Now it's time to give it a break, right? That's what I'm getting at, guys. A lot of times people don't do things that their body would like to then help it process the things that they like. Does that make sense? Detoxing is very important. Like I said, a lot of the reason I lost the weight initially is because I detox so often. I know what detoxing is and I know it's necessary. So I still do it, but that was part of the problem, was I was already stressed and losing weight and I was detoxing. So it just all right, I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. And I will get a drink, and then we will talk a little bit longer. And I'm not sure about a live today. We'll just have to talk about that when I get back. Give me a second. All right, we got some Nantucket Nectars. It's good juice. There's just something like super refreshing about cranberry juice. I don't know what it is. Does anybody else really like cranberry juice? I hated it when I was younger. Like, I hated it when I was younger. I was like, how could you like something so bitter? But I don't think it's bitter anymore. Yeah, I think they've gotten better at making it. Like, it's kind of sour, but pretty sweet too at the same time. Like, it can be a little sour as long as it's sweet. It just can't be like all sour. I love the way I feel after like eating or drinking like actual fruit. It's great for gut health. It's great for digestion. If you guys ever like start having like, you know, like digestion issues, stuff like that, I would just recommend that you take a look at your fiber intake and then you start taking a look at how much fruit and veggies you're actually eating. A lot of times people will eat one very specific kind of vegetable and go, well, I eat vegetables. I eat cauliflower all the time, you know, or something like that. Like, well, that's one type that gives you this specific protein. Now go eat an apple, you know. So I think that it comes down to that, and people underestimate like what certain snacks can do too. A lot of times, if you get like a box of Cheerios and just sit and snack on a box of Cheerios, that is one of the healthiest things that you can do. Seriously, so many people sit and just eat chips, and it's so unhealthy. It's so bad for your digestion. Eat some cereal, guys. Cereal's very high in fiber. Yeah, if anything, Apple Jacks too, or something like that. Like just cereal. Yeah, like cereal's a great snack. It's good for you. Like, don't sit there and eat Captain Crunch and Lucky Charms, but like, you know, eat your Cheerios, guys. I get Honey Nut Cheerios because I like my stuff to be sweet. So I just get a box of Honey Nut Cheerios. Man, it's good. And it's good for your heart. High fiber is good for your heart. It's low cholesterol. It's good for low cholesterol. It helps lower your cholesterol. I mean, there's so many things. So you guys that like sit around and play games a lot and stuff like that, seriously consider just getting yourself a box of cereal to snack on. Very important. So we must talk briefly, but we must talk. It's getting soon time to end this. I don't know what we're doing today yet because I just don't know. That's why I got on here with you guys and wanted to explain what I'm thinking for the next, you know, like soon, because Metal Gear Solid is coming after the weekend. And so we're gonna be obviously be doing that, but like today and like leading up to that, I'm not 100% because I was planning on grinding out Lords of the Fallen and having that done, but by the time I played Metal Gear Solid, but unfortunately that does not look like it's happening. Because Lords of the Fallen was not quite ready, in my opinion, and needs some scaling. if I felt like the game didn't lag out during certain animations on that boss, I feel like I could beat it. But like just the sheer like game lag during certain animations and mechanics being a little weird, it throws off the whole fight. So I'm not sure, guys. I'm really not. I think we're gonna play it by ear. I think possibly, you know, maybe the next couple of days, we spend some time looking at, you know, what haven't we finished? You know, like what did I start that I didn't finish? Maybe it's time to just play all the way through something. You know, maybe it's time to work. Maybe it's time to head back in and try to work on some freelancer mastery. I don't know. I really don't. Maybe I should get home, log in, and see what the free game is on Epic. Yeah, we haven't talked about that for a while. You know, you can log in and get your free Epic game. You know, you guys want to be doing that for sure. And I do that all the time, but I haven't done it for a while, so I might log in and find out, you know, there's a new game on Epic Games that's like awesome. We just need to play it and try it. I don't know. Here's the deal. Some people want me to play sports games. If we have enough people that actually genuinely would like to actually watch me play, like they're actually interested in the content, I will consider playing Madden. That's like the one thing I could probably realistically do that I've actually spent decent amounts of time playing. It's the one sport that I'm well enough versed in that I could sit and talk about. Enough. I'm not like the huge like I don't know everything. There's so many things to know at any given time, especially with that sport. They change rules a lot too. But I know most things. Yeah, obviously. Like, I know probably a lot more than most people claim to, you know, at any given time. There's a lot of people that claim they know anything, and then they see a signal or something like that, and then they say the wrong thing. Like, oh, it was offsides. No. It's not what offsides is, but that's okay. Yeah, like, so I know most things, and I can, like, I've spent lots of time playing Madden with my friends and stuff, but it's not something. The thing about playing it live is just that, like, you know, you never know, like, it's the sort of thing where, like, I want to know that people are actually interested in watching it, and not just, like, they want me to play it because, you know, they want to insult a team or something like that, you know, like they want to, you know, use it for trolling and stuff. Definitely want to avoid that. I do enjoy the Madden games at times though. It's pretty fun playing those, and then so it's like my buddy and I were playing the other night, and like just did a completely stupid, absurd amount of interceptions. There was this one time. Okay, so all right, so I throw an interception. Yep, I throw an interception right at the point where I'm getting into the road zone. He catches the interception, runs for a touchdown. I do the kickoff. He then proceeds to run the ball in for another touchdown off of the kickoff return. And then in that next drive, again, I throw another touchdown. Or I'm sorry, I throw another interception. And then after that interception, he's doing his drive down the field. He fumbles the ball. My guy recovers it. I get down the field, and then I throw another interception. It was just ridiculous. And I was like, we're like messaging each other back and forth too. And like, I was just like, yeah, this would happen. Totally. All of this would happen. Seems legit. It was so funny. And then like, he was just having fun with it. So like, I mean, we realized the game was over. It was just ridiculous at that point. So he started like onside kicking it and stuff. So yeah, like doing crazy stuff can be pretty fun, but for the most part with Madden, I don't take it too seriously. I try not to, because that's when I don't have fun, when I take it too seriously. I do try to sit and make the right play calls, but that's the sort of thing where like if I mess up, I just need to do it better and not make the same dumb mistake I made last time. With Madden though, here's where I'm at with Madden. A lot of times the playbooks are exactly the same, and then you'll do the live playbook and it's still like the same stuff. And I'm like, there's no, that's not how this works. So I wonder, you know, how much is actually real, you know, when you do that versus, you know, the game is getting wrong and just putting in there by mistake. Music in Madden used to be good too. Now it's just literally just a really bad rap song after really bad rap song after really bad rap song. Like, it's not even good rap, it's just trash. That's how I felt about like some of the Tony Hawk stuff too. Well, not the originals, but like eventually. It was almost like they were trying to like capture what they did with the first few games by putting good music in, but then they just started putting really bad music. Well, some of it was good, but some of it was really questionable. So like, I don't like any of this for skateboarding games. But yeah, the first two, man, that was so solid. You gotta love the soundtracks for that. I mean, that I spent a lot of time playing those games too. A lot of time. I actually have the remake, remaster, I guess. It's a remastered / remake because they redid the whole menu and everything and slapped both games into one thing. I have it on Epic. It's really good. It's not really a remake. Is it? I guess it is. It is a remake, isn't it? Yeah, because it is new. Now that I'm thinking about it, it is kind of new graphics and stuff. It's just they did such a good job. It looks so much like the original. Yeah, I guess it would have to be because it would look really cheesy, I think. All right, guys. I gotta figure out what we're doing today. I just know that I said what I came on here to say. There's a bunch of stuff I wanted to get to. I got to it. Um, and, like I said, guys, I'm very confident with the martial arts and stuff like that. So the moment I see somebody just being negative about something, like that's the stuff where I'm very confident with it. And like, I don't have anything to prove. So it's the sort of thing where like I'm making those videos and I know they're fine and I know that they will instruct appropriately. And if there's questions, then, like feel free to ask. But it's the sort of thing where like the moment somebody would say something negative about it or just be looking for a reason to be negative, you're probably just gonna get blocked because it's just negativity. There's really no reason for that. It'd be no different than if I was teaching it in like my class in my school and you were in my class and you said something like that. Well, I'd either make you do push-ups or I'd tell you you're not welcome in the school anymore, if you're not gonna follow the rules and be respectful of me and my class, or you're doing push-ups. I mean, it's as simple as that, because that's the point, is you disrespect Sifu. So that's just the point, is these people think that they're gonna be all badass or something and disrespect the martial arts, so they actually have a place to do that now, so they can sit behind their keyboards and feel all empowered by speaking negatively to a martial arts instructor, but that's just it. They're doing it behind their keyboards and their phones, so they feel safe. Yeah, they would never say these things to my face. They would never do that. And if you think they would, they're literally just telling you that they would. So, yeah, I don't have any reason to pander to these people. So, just be aware. I'll just sort of block them and just deal with them appropriately. Because like the more I do this, it'll take off. I see the trends. Basically, the trend is that the more I do it, the more people will try to prove it wrong, or try to prove, because they have been saying this or this, yet I'm confirming correctness. So therefore, other people will use my correctness to prove these people wrong, and these people become triggered. Does that make sense? So like one of the first videos, someone was already doing that, like show this to this person, and it was a celebrity. So it's like already people are recognizing the skill level that I have and the knowledge base, and wanting the interaction to see it. So just realize I have full confidence with that. So when those things happen, they will happen. But don't be negative, and don't be loud, because the moment that you're doing that, all that's going to happen is you're going to get banned. And at the end of it, when it does come out and I do like definitively shut you down, like there's just something that like proves beyond a shadow of a doubt and everybody finally sees it, you're going to look a certain way. And that's just it, is like, you can already figure that out now. It's just most people come onto my channel and they watch 5-second clips, 15 seconds of a clip, and immediately jump to conclusions and try to look for something that's wrong with it, instead of actually going onto my channel and looking way further back to see me do full tilt martial arts, and actually see, oh, okay, he can actually do them quickly and appropriately with full speed and technique. He's just showing us here. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So that's just it. You will always have those people that literally watch. It's the same people that claim they read a news article about a politician, but they read the headline. They will claim they read the article, but really they read the headline. That's it. It's the same people. It is. The reason I know that is because they're doing with everything in their life. That's the point. That's why they do it with politics, because they don't understand the way the world works. They want it to fit into the compartment of what they view the world as instead of for what it is. Does that make sense? Most people are like this. They view the world a certain way instead of for what it is. So in their minds, a kung fu practitioner or martial artist is either a short Chinese guy or a really, really big Russian dude. Yeah, like just a really big, freaking huge guy that probably came from Russia because he spent some time over that part. That's what people think. Yeah. So since that doesn't fit into that compartment, and so therefore they see me and they're like, oh, he couldn't possibly, you know? And it's just like I've always said, is people think that the greatest fighter in the world, or, you know, is Bruce Lee or this or that. It's like, no. The greatest fighter in the world you've never heard of. It's not Floyd Mayweather. It's not this guy or that guy. It's the guy you've never heard of. That's my point. People think they know everything. That's the point. You realize how small you are when you're talking about other countries and stuff? You have no idea what you're talking about. So, like, that's the point. Is I just have zero. I've heard it all before. You know, there was always all these guys that came in to the school that were like Marines, and they acted like this too. So it's like them of all people, you'd think they would get it. But some of them would act like this too. And then I would actually like demonstrate something on them. Like a big, huge guy, bigger than me. I would intentionally do something, demonstrate on him so that he knew me, somebody smaller, could easily handle him. And they never came back. It was like instant. They never even wanted to come back. That's the point. So they didn't really want to learn from me. They wanted to easily defeat me and prove that they could do this. They just wanted to go to class to confirm some confirmation that they were like the baddest of the bad or something like that. I don't know. But a lot of those guys would come in with that sort of mindset. And the one guy actually told me brute force always wins. And I'm sure some of my students remember laughing about that. When that guy left, it was like kind of, we're having a hard time controlling our laughter because it was just so funny to us. Like, it's so not even close. It's like the opposite. It's like the person who understands how to use that big giant guy's brute force against him. That's the person that understands martial arts. Yeah, that's the point. Is like someone like me, I don't even care. That's actually pretty funny to me because it makes me less concerned. It makes me realize that you actually know less than you think that you do. So I'm actually less concerned about you. If you think brute force always wins, I'm not concerned about beating you in a fight. Not at all. Not even a little. Not even a little. Yeah, because you're the guy that's going to come in, guns a-blazing. I'll see it coming a mile away. And then I'm just going to take one timed strike. I'll just wait for just the right time. And here you are trying to hit me coming a mile away with your giant arms and your big body. Learn to control the giant arms and the big body, and then we'll talk. Yeah, it'd be like if, let's conceptualize this. Does anybody know guitar? Electric guitar? Do you think of Hendrix as somebody that uses, do you think of Hendrix as a good guitar player? And the question is why? I'll bet most people don't even know why they consider Hendrix a good guitar player. They just consider him a good guitar player because that's what everybody's always said. Hendrix is a good guitar player not because he was like super accurate or anything like that. He flat out wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't. Hendrix was a good guitar player because Hendrix knew how to control his feedback. This guy, he would plug into the biggest freaking amp with the most distortion. He'd have this Fender that's just ringing like crazy. And this guy would just get on stage and just go and somehow get the distortion and the feedback all to literally listen to his fingers. All that nonsense going through the air, all that nonsense flying around the sound waves. This guy would just get on stage, use his ears, close his eyes, and feel it. That's why Hendrix was so good. And the person that does this with martial arts and anything else that they do in life, you, sir, understand what it takes to be a professional and understand what it takes to be a master at something. Because mastering something isn't, oh, I'm the master. I know how to do this inside and out. Every little bit. No. Mastering is actually knowing that you don't know that and accepting it. Knowing what you can do with what you have and exactly the outcome that you get with everything that you have. So, did Hendrix go up on stage thinking that he was going to outplay Eric Clapton? No, he didn't. He at no point did Hendrix go up on stage and try to outplay Eric Clapton. This guy was not trying to be technical. He wasn't trying to be B.B. King. He wasn't trying to do that. He literally got up on stage and did his own thing. And everyone loved him for it. That's what you should do. That's martial arts. That's the point. And everybody's going to be different. You know, like you might learn everything, but you'll only use some of it. That's the point. You learned it so that you can learn to defend against it. You learn how to see it from other people, how it will come at you. The moment you understand that those things that work for that person won't work for you and you shouldn't use them in a fight is the closer that you get to understanding how martial arts actually works. Yeah. Not everything will work for everyone. And a lot of those people that are coming on those videos to nitpick of those sidekicks are people that literally have never done a sidekick. They have no clue what they're talking about. You're talking to a guy that spent hours every fucking day for years standing in one place with my fucking knee that high, out, in, out, in, out, in. Do you guys remember the numbers on that bag? Do you know why that bag is broken? Because I used to kick it. That bag is actually broken for that reason. I'm just letting you know. That thing was screwed onto a base. And slowly over time, my kicks broke it. I don't know what else to tell you. Not only that, but I stood there for a long time. A lot of the drills I would run, just me standing there, one place. Knee in, leg out, knee in, leg out, knee in, leg out, knee in. And we're talking every number. You see the numbers, little number circles on that bag that I was kicking? And we're talking, it has a base on it. So we're talking my head level. Guys, I'm 6'3". Yeah, I'm 6'3". You see my leg at my head level. Imagine where it would be on you. It would be above your head. Don't ever question my sidekicks. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, you just look so ridiculous. And that's the point, is I think most people don't realize. They watch a video and just like, oh, blah, 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 blah. They don't realize that, like, they're not even putting it together. They're not even going, oh, he's tall. His leg is extended really far. He actually does have correct posture. I'm 6'3". I'm kicking over my head. So I promise you, that little instruction kick, yeah, that's coming right at your head, and it's coming so fast, it's so timed, you will never see it. And I promise you, if I'm using a side kick, it's probably not even at the head. I'm just training it that way. Yep. So the fact that I can even do that, yeah, I'm 6'3". Yeah, those kicks are going at my head level, so they're going way over your head. So don't even question it. This is ridiculous. My point is, every day for years, I would stand in one spot, training crane, kicking that number, knee up, leg out, hold it there, knee up, leg out, hold it there. And we're talking weights. We're not just talking my leg. We're talking weights. Yeah, hours. Every day for years. And that's just one kick. We're not talking about all the other kicks I trained. I'm a kicker. Yeah, you don't need to worry about questioning my kicks. The thing you need to worry about is why you come on just like looking for a reason to question. So that's just it, is like, it's a you problem. You come on just looking for a reason. So like, that's just it. Like, somebody's like sending these and just really triggered by the fact that I'm good at martial arts. And that's what it comes down to. These people get really triggered. Like I said, the jealous ones that wish they had a skill and they see it in someone else. Yeah. And it's like, I've been doing martial arts since I was 9 years old. I am now in my late 30s. I do not need random people on the internet to confirm whether I'm good at martial arts. Yeah, the thousands of people that I've taught over the years can confirm that. And not only that, I can confirm that, so I'm fine with that too. Yeah. And some of these guys that I've taught, you know, they're still doing it. They're still really grateful for learning the knowledge, you know? So that makes me happy. Yeah. So yeah, like, obviously I'm just gonna go forward with that. I'm not gonna like let trolls stop me from doing what I want to do, you know? So like, that's where I'm at, is just, I don't need to deal with that in the comments, and I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm just gonna block people. Because like I said, guys, like, if you think about it, the trolling situation is so bad. Asman himself, like, when you go to his Twitch, you can't even use his chat without a phone number authorization. That's how bad troll, like, everybody does this. People are literally just coming on just to be negative. Yeah, I mean, like, they're going out of their way to look for a reason just to shit on what you're doing. They're not actually being constructive. They're not actually very smart at what they're talking about. They're literally just going out of their way to do it. If they knew better, they would just do better themselves. They would make content themselves. Yeah, but that's just it. They're just coming on and looking like fools. So it's like, if you know better, then make your content. Yeah, just go ahead and make your content. And then at the same time, too, I can prove it wrong, too. Because like I said, you know, people that come out of nowhere to nitpick on something that's like an instruction where I'm slowing it down, it's just obvious what you're doing. Yeah, like, nobody said anything when I did the actual demo of how the kick was. Nobody questioned it when I did the actual kick. Yeah, I went and did that follow-up video. Nobody said a damn thing. Yeah, when I showed I could actually kick a heavy bag, It's like 50 pounds, 80-pound heavy bag. It's something like that. I gotta look at it. When I actually showed that I could do that, yeah, nobody said anything. Yeah, and there's like very, very few likes on that. So I'm kind of wondering where the support is on that too. Wondering where like half the people are that are being supportive right now. Because my thing is like that was the whole point, was like that was to shut them up. Here's the actual kick. I'm demoing it. This should shut you up. This puts you to rest. And nobody's coming on there to be like, boom, here it is, trolls. Yeah. But it was obvious. Because nobody, like a couple of people were like, yeah, this is good, you know? But that's just it. It was only a couple, and it was like that's that sort of thing where it was just obvious. Everybody's focusing on the one thing where they can sit and just nitpick because I'm standing there breaking it down, taking time to talk, slowing it down. Yeah, people that just have no idea what they're talking about. And once again, I'm the instructor. I've done this for over 20 years. I've actually taught classes, owned a martial arts school, and done this. And these guys are just coming on the comments just to say things. So yeah, it's pretty funny. I have to go. It's time to end this, I think. My juice is almost gone, and I'm going to be irritated when I'm out of juice and I don't have a drink. So I should probably end this. But like I said, guys, I am very excited for that, to actually play that game again. And we will be doing that, but I don't know exactly what time. I just have to look it up and everything, so I'll try to keep you guys updated on you know, like the time of release and stuff like that. Every time I get off one of these, I remember there was something I wanted to tell you guys. I hate that. I sometimes will make a list too. But then sometimes I'll make a list and then I'll leave the list. Like I'll go and like do a drive and then leave the list at home. Damn, I think there was one more thing, but it's not that big a deal. I can always just post it. Today, like I said, I don't know what we're doing. I just have to get home and see what's up. Maybe we'll jump on a stream and just take requests. Whatever you guys want to do. Maybe that's what we'll do today. I like to do that on weekends. On weekends I like to, you know, sort of just see what's up with everyone else. You know, because everyone's like has a lot more time on the weekend usually to chat and hang out. So I like to see what's up with everyone else and maybe take a request. You know, I'll play this or whatever. So we'll see. Let me know if you guys want. I've been trying to work on music. I have. It's not the easiest because I don't really have the exact equipment for it. So like just trying to figure out ways of doing it is tricky at times. So the crazy thing is I sang this really good cover of a song and it was really good. And I'm listening to it back and I'm like, yeah, this is good. I'm like, I'm feeling good about this. I'm going to upload this. And then I got to the yelling part and my mic just can't handle it. So like when I'm doing the yelling part, it's good, it's correct, it's controlled. And then the mic just can't pick it up. It spikes and it just sounds a certain, you know what I mean? So I really should get the snowball out and do some recording with that, because every time I do, man, it sounds so good. And then I'm like, gosh, why couldn't I do this on a good day, you know? So I next time I have a good like day where I'm like sitting down like that, I'll try to get the snowball out and record something half decent. I'm a perfectionist with that stuff. I really want it to be just right. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist with that stuff. I really do want it to be just right. If I listen to it back and I hear too much, yeah, I gotta be on. I just gotta be on. I hate it. I hate singing out. I hate being off key. That's like the one thing. Like if I sing off key, I'll just be like, nope, gotta do the whole thing over. Like even like with one part, I'll just be like, so yeah, like I'll sit and like overanalyze that and make sure it's right. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it's that time. It's that time. Thank you guys for being here. Like I said, I'll get home. Then we'll jump on together and do something. That's not what it is yet. I'll see you guys soon, though. Appreciate everybody that stopped by and slapped the like and showed their support.